Is there anything in particular, one hot button issue that you would like to bring as much attention to about the porn industry as possible?
Well, if you had read the book, you would have no doubt picked up on a major theme that runs through the book, which is the theme of addiction. And that really is, the major, if there's a point here, if there's an axe to be ground, that is it. But I would like to say, there's a story here above and beyond that, and the story takes precedence over anything else. Any mission, any goal, any axe grinding, those are all secondary. The story is first and foremost.
Let's say that your mission really is to raise awareness on this massive societal problem. What can the average person do to help with the effort? What needs to happen next?
A good question, but I'm pretty short on advice to that end. Some laws probably need enforcing. They do. The best thing I could suggest is for people, men principally, to avoid like the plague, exposing themselves to adult material, pornography in other words. The stuff is toxic and it will affect you in ways you never suspected.
Expound on that. How can it affect people in ways they've never suspected?
Well, there's a major theme of addiction running through my novel. Too bad you didn't read it. A lot of guys are going to develop this unhealthy fascination, another way of saying addiction, to this material. In fact, I'd say at one point or another in a man's life, depending on his circumstances, he's easy prey to this particular addiction. As a former kingpin, as you put it, in the adult industry, I knew this addictive side. I knew it instinctively, intuitively, and innately. Any kingpin worth his salt knows his market, and I knew mine. I had a captive audience much of the time, and believe me, it made me millions.
This actually segues nicely into one of my final questions. If you were to point out a single piece of evidence that could turn the tides against this overwhelming problem, what would it be?
I just told you that the addiction piece of the puzzle. This is an addiction that broadens and deepens the definition, the very definition of addiction. Until people start to realize what they're up against here and starts seeing this as not only a real addiction, but the most pernicious and pervasive of addictions, then nothing can be done.
Well, in closing, can you give me one good reason why I should take you seriously? Why should I care about you and your message?
Are you joking? Didn't you hear what I just said about addiction? Okay, wait. Yeah, I've got a better answer. Okay. Let me ask you, do you have any brothers? Any uncles? A father? Nephews? A boyfriend? Male cousins? Friends? Co-workers? Neighbors? I'm willing to bet, you're a beautiful girl, I'm willing to bet there are more than a few men in your life, men you care about. Maybe some boys too. I'm here to tell you that at least half of them have a porn addiction. At one level or another, at least half of them are struggling with this addiction, this compulsion.